For our children's sermon today, I want to show you something that I have in my medicine cabinet. It is a thermometer. I keep this in case I feel like I'm running a fever. Maybe you've had a fever also at some point. Most kids have fevers sometimes. When I was a kid, I had a fever more than I do now as an adult. And sometimes my mom or my dad, they would find a thermometer, something like this. They didn't have digital back then. And they would use it to check what my temperature was. Sometimes they didn't need to. They could just put their hand on my forehead and say, "You have a fever." They knew that because moms and dads are smart that way. But I have this just in case I want to find out, if I'm not feeling well, whether I have a fever. It's a pretty common thing to have. And in our Bible story today, Jesus met somebody, Simon's mother-in-law, and she had a fever. And sometimes in those days, fevers could be a little bit more scary than they are right now. It can even be scary now, but when you have a fever, probably your mom or your dad, they let you have rest, they give you fluids, and they give you some medicine maybe. And there wasn't so much medicine back in Jesus' day. So people didn't really know what to do. But Jesus went in and he took Simon's mother-in-law by the hand and he touched her and he lifted her up. And just like that, the fever went away. So everybody was very happy, and Simon's mother-in-law was very happy, and she got up and she served them dinner and everything. And that was a really important thing. And people said, wow, this is special because Jesus, it sort of sounded like he cured it just by touching her. Now, most of our fevers, they usually take some time to go away. And often it requires medicine. Those are good gifts that God gives us, and we should use those things. But you know, sometimes when we're sick, while we're waiting for the fever to go away, it can be important for people just to be near us, to hold our hand, to say that, you know, I'm here for you. I'm here with you, even when you're sick. Maybe you've done that too with your brother or your sister or one of your parents. That's a really important thing. And when we do that, we can actually do like Jesus did in today's gospel reading. We may not make the fever go away right away, but sometimes one of the most important things that people can do when somebody is sick is just to be there. And when you do that, you're doing what Jesus did. You're being Jesus' presence in the life of somebody else. So even though we can't make fevers go away just like that, it is still the case that we can be people who are Jesus' instruments in the lives of others. We can do that whenever we're with somebody, we help somebody out, whenever we just sit there with them and say, you know what, you're not alone. God is with you, and I'm with you too. Thank you very much for listening.